Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a Christmassy, wintry press-on nail set. I've been getting quite a lot of comments recently that I've been reading to make more designs on actual smaller wearable nails. So here it is today. It's a little bit late, it's obviously past Christmas now, but we're still in that wintry time, and I know a lot of you, I know me personally, I definitely do. I'm still wearing my Christmassy sets, like I'm not rushing to remove them, and I probably will keep them on till probably mid-January anyways. So for me, this is still okay, hopefully for you guys as well. About mid-January, I start to transition into Valentine's sets, or even maybe like first week of January, I'll start transitioning into Valentine's sets, because it's my Christmas and Valentine's is my most favorite time of the year. So I usually like to try and fit in as many Valentine's/Christmas sets as I can during that time. So you might see quite a lot of that on the channel as well, especially beginning of January. This will be my last Christmas set of this year. And then starting in January, I'm going to start doing Valentine's sets. I checked last year how I did it, and then looks to be literally the first video in January the next year is Valentine's. So that's what we're going to do, especially since Valentine's is like in the middle of February, so you don't really get that full month. If, you know, like October time for Halloween, you kind of have a whole month. In February, you only really get half. So I usually like to start in January. But when it comes back to the design that we're doing today, we have all 5 nails with a nude shade. Today I went for a Semilac colour. Then we have 3 nails that are going to have a white French tip, just a classic white tip there. I like to use my long nail art brush to do the smile line, outline, and then I colour in the tip. So we've got 3 nails. That'll be the thumb, middle, and the ring finger. Then on the very, very last nail, which is the pinky, we're going to do 3 to 4 white stripes, but fairly spaced out in between each other, because later on in the video we're going to do a stripe of crystals, some red crystals there. And then the index finger is going to be another French tip. So if you're not into French tips, or you're kind of a bit unsure on how to do them, then this video might not be fully for you. Although I did include all of the footage of me actually doing the French tips, so maybe if it's slowed down for you, there's settings on YouTube where you can like slow down a video, or I overall do like bunch of French tips on my channel anyway, so hopefully you'll know by now how to do it, or you can watch and hopefully figure it out as well, and then you'll be able to recreate this set. Now we're on to the index. I'm using Legacy here from Madame Glam Red Gel Polish. All-time favourite. Literally, all I have to do is just the one coat because it's so crazy opaque. Such a pleasure to work with. I'm obsessed. And whenever I need to pick up a red, it's just this one that I'm constantly picking up. I'm going to have to go... I've already gone through 1 bottle, and I'm definitely going to be going through a bunch more because I just can't get enough of it. Even when my clients ask for a red, I instantly pick up this one, and I try to persuade them to go for this one because it's just so nice to work with, and it's such a perfect classic red shade in my opinion. I think it's just unreal. Now that all the base is done, the outlines and everything are sorted, so now it's time for the actual nail art part of the video. So on the thumb, I'm going in with the sweater pattern look, but rather than actually sprinkling on some clear acrylic, or usually you would use the same colour as the background shade, I'm going in with red. I don't want to use any clear acrylic in today's video, so we're just going to outline it, like draw it out with the red, and then I'll pop it into the lamp for a cure. And as you can see, it's the exact same pattern and method that I always do on my channel, the most simplistic, most common, you could say, pattern that you will find with sweater nails. So the sides have this diagonal line going upwards, then the center has what I like to call like S's, and then there's a line kind of separating the 2 patterns from one another. That will then go into the lamp. After that, we're going to start working on the middle nail. Now, the middle nail is going to be a present looking nail, or at least we're going to attempt, and you can let me know in the comments what you think of it. But we're going to start off with a fairly thick line going from the top to the bottom. So I'm starting off with 2 lines, and then I'm going to colour it in the centre. Then we're going to repeat that from right to left. At this stage, it's kind of up to you where you want to position it. I position that right to left line a bit quite higher up, not necessarily in the centre, a little bit higher than that. And then I'm trying to do the same thickness. Once I'm happy with the lines there, I will pop it into the lamp, because the next part is where I always mess up, so I don't want to ruin my lines and keep having to repeat them. So whilst that's curing, we're going to work on our ring finger. Now on that one, only on the French tip, we're going to do these diagonal lines. So you're basically kind of trying to make it look like it's a candy cane. Right now it looks a bit wild and doesn't really look like much or doesn't really look that good, but we're going to add some extra little line work and also some bow, and it's going to come together really, really nicely. That's going to go into the lamp now for a cure. I think we're going to go back to the present nail any second now, and we're going to finish off the actual bow looking part of the nail. So the bottom part I find quite easy. It's just these kind of squiggly lines, so the bottom part of the ribbon. And then the top part is where I always struggle, is because I'm trying to create the same kind of little like circle on both sides to make it the same, but it never really happens for me, and I always have to wipe one off and repeat. So that was definitely wiped off and tried again. And then that's going to go in the lamp. Now I wanted to add these. I've been seeing them everywhere and I really wanted to incorporate it. So on the smile line, we're going to do these like half circles, and you want to repeat that around the whole smile line. And gosh, are they so difficult to do? I can never make them look the same. I've seen videos and pictures of other people's work, and it always looks so perfect, and it's just so hard for me to do them. It's not often that I do circles / these half circles even, so you know, it's a bit, I'm not too confident basically with my brush. But we've done that on that nail, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the thumb. I have to admit though, with the white you can't really see it as much, so if you would prefer to pass, like it's a bit maybe too difficult for you, I probably would have passed, to be honest. When you see the final results, I just feel like it's almost not noticeable, especially as those two nails are the ones that are going to have a bow on them, so it does kind of cover it up. And you know, sometimes there's steps that you can't really pass on, and then there's ones that you can, and I'd probably say this is one of them. That will be going into the lamp any second now. After that comes out, we've only got the index finger left to work on. Here it is. We're going to do 2 snowflakes, one at the top left hand side, one at the bottom right hand side. Depending what hand you're doing, I'm going to switch the position of the snowflakes. So if it was the other hand now, I'd be doing the top snowflake on the right hand side and then the bottom snowflake on the left hand side, if that makes sense. You're going to kind of like want to flip it. And I'm doing the dotted snowflake method, so we're going to pop our dots where we want the lines to be, and then we just want to drag our brush through them and create ourselves a cute little snowflake. The most easiest, fun and cutesy looking snowflakes ever. We're going to repeat it again on the bottom. So you notice that the main structure of the snowflake has 2 dots, and then the side little ones are going to just have the 1. And again, just connect them all with your brush, and that nail is all done and ready to go. So that will then go into the lamp for a cure. After that, we're almost done with the video. We just need to do a couple of crystals and charm placements and all that, and then that will be done. We'll top coat it. Some of you will be very pleased to know that we are going to glossy top coat. And I've been working on my Valentine's sets too, and actually a few of them have been getting some glossy top coats. So if you're into that, then you're going to be quite happy to see the Valentine sets. Here's my bow. All of my bows are pretty much from Shein, or any charms for that matter. These days it's like my go-to place. The rhinestone glue gel that I'm using today is from Macart. It's one of those squeezy tube ones. I just depotted it into a black container because I just find it way better and easier to work with. Here I'm trying to position the bow as center as I possibly can. And then last but not least, when it comes to the crystal part, here are the lines that I'm going to do with the crystals. So I tried to pick out the smallest size of red crystals as I had, and I'm pretty happy with the size, to be honest. Could I have gone any smaller? I didn't have anything small in the collection, but would it look nice? Possibly. I definitely wouldn't go any larger though. There's been plenty of times where I've gone too large and not enough times where I've gone too small. So if you are a bit concerned about the size of your crystals, even if you're a little bit concerned, I just wouldn't. I'd just opt for a smaller size instantly. It's better to go too small than too large. And then basically just follow the line that you've created all the way from the right to the left. Keep going, and then once you're happy, pop it into the lamp. Once that all comes out, we're going to start top coating them all. That nail there is going to be the most difficult one to top coat. You're going to want to try and avoid the crystals as much as possible because you don't want to dim them down with the top coat or anything like that. So that'll be the most difficult. If you are unsure on how to use it with your brush, like from the bottle, you can put a little bit of top coat on the like little container or something, and then use a nail art brush to go in between the crystals. All up to you how you prefer to do it. But here it is, we're top coating. It's the Macart glossy top coat here that I'm using. I picked it up on Amazon with a base coats, like a little like duo, and it's so nice. I've been using them so much, especially base coats when it comes to glitter placements and stuff. I love using it. And then top coats for any glossy sets, which, like I mentioned, I've been using quite often too, especially for the Valentine sets, guys. So literally cannot wait for you guys to see them. I'm so excited for Valentine's. Been a little bit in the dumps recently, but I feel like I'm coming out of it finally, so hopefully more videos on the channel. Here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'd love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!